Good afternoon and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, and we've got a 16-6 Bay City Central team that after a 1-3 start has really played great softball.
They really have done a nice job, Jeff. If you start out 1-3 and you're going 16-6, that's really a nice job by Bay City Central and playing good softball at the right time of the year. District's not too far away, so they're getting better as the season goes on, playing their best softball right here in May.
Well, and you're playing against Saginaw Valley League competition, so when you're playing your best ball against good teams, you know that you're ready as the postseason approaches.
Well, we all know Lapeer is always a good, solid program, Jeff, in all their athletics. You know, you take Lapeer East and Lapeer West a few years ago, you combine the two schools. They had great success when they were East and West, put those kids together. They got a formidable program down there in Lapeer.
One more exciting thing about today, Central honoring 4 seniors in their last home game.
Yeah, Jeff, it is their last home game. Skylar Coberly, who we know very well, Madison Evans, Brianna Hare, and Sydney Spencer are going to celebrate senior day here at Frandanich Field, and congratulations to those young ladies. A lot of familiar names we heard of through the years, and on to bigger and better things. Many of them are going to play college softball, so congratulations to those girls and good luck to them in their future endeavors.
Well, indeed, Sydney Spencer is going to throw for Bay City Central. She's one of those long, lanky girls that just seems like she's halfway to home plate before she releases the ball.
Yeah, she's got a nice arm, Jeff. They're very happy with her. She can place it very well, inside, outside. She can go high, she can go low. So I'm looking forward to watching her play today and have a nice game for Bay City Central.
Going against Opaleski, who is the #1 pitcher for Lapeer, and another girl that's had a great season. So this should be a fun game, we think dominated by the pitchers.
Well, yeah, I think so too. 2 really good pitchers, but we also got to throw another factor in there, Jeff. The wind is up here at Frandanich Field. It's blowing in from center field, so there's going to be some challenges out there with that 20-mile-an-hour wind and sometimes getting up to 25 in the gust.
High blue sky as well, so it's going to be a real fun game. We're excited about the possibility. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best is yet to come. All the game action right after this in just a moment. Here as we conclude the Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV.
At Covenant Healthcare, we lead with the most advanced technology. We lead with the most experienced, comprehensive medical and surgical teams. We lead with partnerships to teach our future doctors and with organizations who help us bring world-renowned care close to home. We lead because our patients are at the center of everything we do. Covenant Healthcare, extraordinary care for every generation.
We would like to welcome everyone here today to Frandanich Field as we honor our seniors today in one of their last home games. We have 4 seniors this year. First one we would like to talk about, Skylar Coberly. Escorting Skylar tonight is her mom and dad, Jennifer and Jeremy Coberly. Skylar is a 4-time varsity softball player and has also played varsity volleyball and basketball, resulting in 12 varsity letters. Skylar is part of the National Honor Society and volunteers for disability resources in the summer. After high school, Skylar plans on attending Central Michigan University to further her academic and softball career and major in physical therapy. She wants to thank all of her coaches who have helped her become the player that she is today, and a huge thank you to her mom and dad for always pushing her to do her best in everything that she does. Thank you, Skylar. Next up is senior Madison Evans. Madison is a 4-year varsity player, and she is going to continue her softball career at Mid-Michigan College and is going to study to be a dental hygienist. She wants to thank her teammates, past and present coaches, the Booster Club, and especially her parents, Sean and Stacy Evans. Thank you for always supporting me through everything. Thank you, Madison. Next senior is Brianna Hare, who is escorted by her mother, Kelly Mosick, and her sister, Alyssa Hare. Brianna is a 4-year varsity player This fall, Brianna will be attending Delta and then transferring to Northern Michigan to pursue her career in biomedical engineering. She would like to give a huge thanks to her coaches for everything they have done and for making her the player she is today. Without Coach Legner, she wouldn't have had anyone to cheer her on at first base, Coach Bob yelling "Common 9" or "Get it done" before she goes up to bat, or Coach Coberly for telling her to keep her hands tight and eye on the ball. She'll forever cherish these moments and can't thank them enough. Brianna would also like to thank her friends and family for supporting her and always being there for her. She would like to give a huge shout out to her mom Kelly for being there for her through all practices, travel, sweat, tears, and most importantly, the horrific sunburns and tan lines through the past 4 years. Her mom is her most cherished friend and #1 supporter. Brianna would also like to thank Sydney for being her best friend since kindergarten, and she wishes Sydney the best at Ferris. A special thanks also goes to Sierra for being a wonderful friend and a great dance partner. She would lastly like to thank her teammates for the memories they have created and will be missed dearly. Brianna says she's excited to see what her future goes and can't wait for what's ahead. Thank you, Brianna. And finally, Sydney Spencer is escorted by her parents Lisa and Paul Spencer. Sydney is a 4-year varsity player. This fall, Sydney will be attending Ferris State University on a softball scholarship. She plans on pursuing a degree in human resources. Sydney would like to give a huge thank you to both of her parents for always believing in her and traveling with her to tournaments no matter what the distance. Sydney would like to thank her mom for being her biggest cheerleader, and she'd also like to thank her dad for catching every single pitching lesson. Next, Sydney would like to thank both her teammates and her coaches for all the laughs and good times. Sydney would also like to thank Brianna for being her best friend since kindergarten and growing with her as a person and a player. Sydney would finally like to thank her friends, family, and coaches for pushing her to become the player she is today and never giving up on her. Sydney will be forever grateful for these memories that have been created over the past 4 years, and she is excited for what the future holds. We would like to say congratulations to our 4 seniors in the class of 2019. Thank you, seniors.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Fran Danick Field here, Bay City Central. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. We've got a 16-6 Bay City Central softball team that started 1-3 in the year, but has really put things together as of late.
You know what, Jeff? They're playing really good softball. As we always say, if you're going to play good softball, you play it down towards the end of the year, getting ready for the districts. But again, we have another beautiful, bright, sunny, I would call it kind of crisp afternoon here at Fran Danick Field, but a nice matchup between the Bay City Central Wolves and Lapeer High School, making the trip, the Lightning making all that way up here to Bay City Central.
I'm going to tell you one thing, you're being kind if you say crisp, because it is downright frigid with that nor'easter coming off of the bay. It feels like it did last Wednesday when you were out trying to chase that white ball while you were shivering.
I think I would have rather been with you at Dow Diamond where it was nice and warm, but you know, the breeze is coming straight in, Jeff. It's going to take quite an effort to get the ball out of the ballpark today, but 2 good softball teams, and we're just about ready to go.
We are truly blessed behind the plate. We have Jim Wood behind the plate, and we have Larry Olette on the bases, 2 of our great Bay Metro officials. And Jim puts the mask on right now. He'll point to the pitcher and play ball. First pitch just off the outside corner, and that is Sydney Spencer, and Sydney is going to bring it. She looks like she comes about halfway to home plate on her delivery.
Yeah, she looks like she can bring it, Jeff, just like you said. Plus, we've got the very good seat. This is our first time here at the Central Softball Field from Fran Danick Field, so we got the catbird seat right now, right above home plate. Excellent, excellent view.
Well, the other place that we've done games other than here is over at Garber, and that's another place where you're sitting right on top of home plate. 2-1 the count. There's a little bleeder down the line. Whenever you've got that right-handed hitter swinging late, that ball has that spin on it that's going to take it to the line. It looked like it might be down the line, but it was about 6-8 foot foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and we're back to the activity. Pitch on the outside, and leadoff hitter Paige Erla has worked the count full right now. Wind up in the pitch, another foul ball. So Erla's doing a nice job fighting off some great pitches from Sydney Spencer.
Well, in this field, Jeff, you foul the ball off. You're kind of down here in the neighborhood at the McGregor complex, so that's right up the middle for the Lightning. And nice job by that young lady, hanging tough, couple foul balls, and a nice right back through the box.
Well, and it's the Erla and Erla show, the first two batters for Lapeer in this game. As Hannah Erla is going to come up right now. And Hannah says, you know what, I don't care about fashion. I care about warmth. I got the old jacket on, and I think I can still swing the bat with El Jaquetan.
Mom and Dad and Earl didn't raise no dummy there, and Hannah, she says, I'm wearing a jacket. It's too windy up here in Bay City.
There's a little pop fly, and nice job that time by Central's third baseman, Sierra Anderson. She was all over that, came in, corralled it. Erla at first base only took 4 or 5 steps off the bag and was easily back 1 down here in the first inning. And that will bring Leah Rudick up, the shortstop, as she'll see if she can't make something happen. And again,
Nice.
That was a beautiful pitch right on the outside third. No balls and 1 strike, as Rudick will settle back in, and a foul ball as she hit it twice. Should count as 2 strikes, and she should be out.
Well, if you're a Central fan, we'll take that.
So it's just a dead ball foul. Jim Wood all over that. Like the fact he gets on that inside slot. Perfectly placed on the inside slot, but that ball just gets away from the catcher, Jenna Morse. And Jenna thought that thing was well behind her, and it was right down between her feet.
And the runner advances for the Lightning, Jeff. So we got 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the top of the first for the Lapeer Lightning.
1 ball, 2 strikes, so it's a pitcher-friendly count. And strike 3 as Sydney Spencer just threw a perfect pitch right by the hitter. And now we have got Bree Opolutski. She will be hitting in the cleanup position as she tries to make things happen with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. And she's having a hard time catching up to Sydney's first offering.
Sydney's really doing a nice job, Jeff, starting the game tonight, throwing it well, placing it well, and good speed on all the pitches. It's going to be a tough one.
Just a little dipper into left field. There's going to be a potential play at the plate. Nope, they're going to go to second base, and that thing just had eyes on it over the shortstop's head and in front of the left fielder. And very alert base running. Of course, with 2 outs, you're off on the crack, and Erla scores the first run of the game for Lapeer.
Well, now that's a tough one, Jeff. Into the wind, and it kind of was going towards the left field foul line. And the wind kind of died, made that thing die a little bit. Landed just inside the foul line, just short of the left fielder. So 1 run for the Lightning.
And it's so tough on the outfielders. With that wind blowing in, you know that the ball is not going to go as well, as looks like we have got the extra player coming on to the field. And that is Leah Riddenauer. But you can't play so shallow that you lose the gap responsibility.
Yeah, they're playing shallow, Jeff, but you're right. They're playing, they got to take care of the gaps. And they're kind of playing the batter for Lapeer to hit to the right field. The center field's on the right side of right field side of second base. So, and again, the wind is definitely going to play a factor. We talked about this when we were at Dow Diamond. With the wind like that, this could be a low-scoring game. Every run is going to be very precious.
2 pitches in a row from Sydney Spencer in exactly the same spot at 0-2 and 1-2. She put them right where she wanted. Batter did a great job of laying off them. She's going to get something to hit here. Ooh, same spot times all 3 pitches. Full count, 3 and 2. Great discipline at the plate for this Lapeer hitter. Here comes the 3-2 offering. Fouled off. Lapeer early on seems to be on the ball.
Yeah, Jeff taking a lot of good swings. A little bit late. They're going towards right field, but they're looking like they're coming up to swing the bat today up here at McGregor Field.
Another one goes up into the backstop and the netting over the top. That saves a lot of people from the extended backstop there from everybody running into the neighbor's yard to say howdy. No free bag of popcorn when you bring this one back, though.
Unless the neighbors are cooking.
There's a little soft liner to second base, gobbled up by Madison Evans at the end of the first half inning. It's Lapeer 1, Bay City Central coming up to bat. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
It doesn't matter what kind of weather. It doesn't matter what time of day or night. When Mother Nature's done her worst, the only thing that matters to us is keeping the lights on for you. The hard-working men and women of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, dedicated to keeping the power on in communities across the country. Because when bad weather strikes, we know what matters most. The IBEW, the power professionals.
Back here for the bottom of the first inning, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. Lapeer draws first blood. Now it's Central's opportunity to answer.
Good way to start the game off, Jeff. Very familiar name to you and I and to all Central fans. Skylar Coberly to lead off here for the Bay City Central Wolves.
Pitch a little bit high. We were watching the Lapeer pitcher, Bree Opalewski, and she was a little bit wild early on, and she was up and she was in, and we've seen that up on the first and in on the second.
Yeah, she was. We were watching her during warm-ups, Jeff. You're absolutely right. And Skylar Coberly, today was senior day, Jeff, and she was one of the 4 seniors that the Bay City Central Wolves will be saying goodbye to this year. So we've watched her mature as a volleyball player, softball player, and did a fine job on the basketball court also.
Plus, she's doing a great job as a leadoff hitter. You want the next 2 or 3 hitters to see what the pitcher is featuring. She's taken 4 pitches now with a 3-1 count just on the outside corner of the plate, and it's full. But now they've seen the fastball, they've seen the changeup on a 3-2 count. Pitch number 6. You're making this pitcher work from the start, and it's just on the outside corner of the plate, and boy, that thing looked like it took a half hour to get to home plate, but it was effective.
It was a change-up right there, Jeff, for the Lapeer Lightning pitcher, Bree Opalewski. Did a nice job, and up to bat right now for the Bay City Central Wolves is number 11, Jenna Morse.
And high and tight again. And pitchers sometimes early on want a feature that don't want the batters digging in too much early on. 1-1 on the count. After Morris gets a good swing at a pitch that was just above the waist, it was in the zone, so she got a good healthy lick at it and just enough to loosen herself up. And there's another pitch that's up high, so Bay City Central making Opalewski work a lot early on in this game.
Yeah, making her pitch, Jeff. She's had 6 pitches against Coberly. Now she's got 4 against Morris. So doing a nice job. Good eye by Morris. And again, it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Good count for the hitter.
It's a hitter-friendly count. And there is a high fly ball to left, and every fly ball to the outfield is going to be an adventure, as Ellie Green able to hold that one in. But the way that wind is making the ball dance up there, there's no such thing as a routine fly ball today.
Not today, and it's blowing right in from Jeff right center and blowing across. It's out there about 20 miles an hour, so nothing new here in Michigan for spring sports.
Next up for Bay City Central is Madison Evans, as Maddie takes a lick at the first one, 0-1. And 0-2 as she can't stay off that high pitch, and the pitcher loves that when she can go upstairs and they follow it with a swing.
Jeff Madison, another one of those seniors that will be leaving Central this year, will be graduating with the class of 2019.
Madison just a little behind on that ball. Had the great idea, though, to try and go the opposite way. Outfield is pretty much right straight up on her. No, they're not giving her any extra alley, but, well, I'll tell you, you can get 3 bases if you can put one in between the outfielders. She waited on that change up, knew it was coming, just couldn't hold back fouled by about 3 feet, and 1 ball and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes.
That was a nice job by Madison Jeff, hanging tough. Wind picking up again, and the old signs out there in the outfield, the banners with all the sponsors they're coming right off the fence. So they broke their tie downs out there. So hopefully we get a good look at that sometime with our good friend Nick Page, producer director extraordinaire, down on the field level.
Strike 3, and that will be 3 up and 3 down to end the first inning. Lapeer 1, Central nothing. Back for the second inning in just a moment on Bay County TV. Village Towing and Auto Repair of Kaukaulin and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs. Welcome back to the start of the second inning. Lapeer on top, 1-0. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you as Sidney Spencer back to the mound for inning number 2. Foul ball as Leah Rittenauer, the leadoff hitter for Lapeer, as Lapeer made Sidney Spencer work a little bit in the first inning.
Yeah, they did a nice job, Jeff. Got a big run coming across the plate. Like I said earlier, under these conditions with the wind blowing and it being tough out there, 1 run, 2 runs might be the deciding factor in the softball game.
Yep, we're not looking for it to be a super high-scoring game. Toughest call for that umpire. You set up in the inside slot, that ball hits on the outside corner, and it's a thing of beauty. And going right back high and outside, and
same pitch.
Rittenauer just could not catch up to it. 1 up and 1 down, top of the second.
Up next for the Lapeer team, Jeff, is Riley Gray, if I'm not mistaken. Right fielder, number 6. 1 out here in the top of the second. And Lapeer, well, I was almost going to say Lapeer West or Lapeer East, but a couple years ago they said we're going to take both those schools and make one school, and I'll tell you what, when they did that, they became a powerhouse.
And there's another one of the young ladies down 0-2 in the count, but opted to come to the plate wearing a lay jacket.
See, another smart one.
On the outside, great bat control as she was starting that swing. And believe me, they only throw about 57, 58 miles an hour, but when you're only about 44 feet from home plate, you're in a situation where you don't have a whole lot of time to make a decision.
Well, she just got a piece of that. Riley did, Jeff, hanging tough. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the second. And Lapeer Lightning with a 1-0 lead.
Great pitch on the outside. Strike number 3, and we have 2 up and 2 down in the top of the second inning. That's unofficially the 3rd strikeout for Sidney Spencer. As now Maddie McInerney will come to the plate for Lapeer from the other side of the plate. Beautiful pitch right there on the outside third. Great pitcher's pitch for Sidney Spencer.
Doing a nice job. Sidney's placing the ball well, changing speeds a lot, Jeff. And really, right now, the Lapeer Lightning hitters are having a very difficult time catching up to it.
So Sidney's got to understand right now, along with the catcher Jenna Morse, I wouldn't change anything but coming with the heat. If they can't catch up to the heat, just keep serving it.
And then, the wind's behind the pitcher too, Jeff, so that's putting a little extra on the old softball. Ooh, nice.
Just a little bit up high. Again, that's a great pitcher's pitch. They've been swinging at it, so send it out and give them the opportunity again. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Let's see if she stays on the outside third. She does, and she strikes out the side. 3 up and 3 down in the top of the second inning. Central comes to bat. Down 1-0 to Lapeer. Back in a moment on BCTV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294. Ready to roll here in the bottom of the second inning. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you as the first pitch is a little bit on the outside as we have got Anderson at the plate for Central. Sierra looking at a 1-ball, no strike count. Gets a good lick at a waist-high fastball.
I think Sierra's got the be part of the all-hair team right there, Jeff. That's a nice-looking haircut she's got there.
Watch this. The second baseman thought that she was going to get that ball, and literally it blew all the way to an alert first baseman on the play as Bailey Allen made the play. Leah Rittenauer, she was like, I got this. Can you help me? You got it. But very nice play that time by Bailey Allen to come away with that. But that just gives you an idea. That started over the right shoulder of the second baseman and ended up being caught by the first baseman.
It's blowing hard out there, Jeff. Good communication by Bailey Allen of Lapeer to say, hey, I got this, don't worry about it. And that just tells you how tough it's going to be out there tonight. It's picked up a little bit, too.
Anything that's up in the air will be anything but routine in this ball game. As Bay City Central, a little uncharacteristic of them, are 4 up and 4 down here to start the game. Nice job that time by pitcher as she was able to hold off on that pitch, evening the count. It's 2-0.
Yep.
Pitch right down the middle. Pitcher says, I'm going to take that and make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Opalewski really have great first 4 hitters here and working on an early no-no. And there is that pitch again. The one thing about that changeup, if you could stay back on it, it's hittable because that's waist high or higher, and that's right in the zone where you should be able to get a good peek at it and send it sailing somewhere.
Maggie pitcher up to the plate for Bay City Central. Jeff hanging tough, little pop fly. Again, that's going to be tough. That win, that started in fair territory and took it right outside the baseline, and another great catch by Bailey Allen for Lapeer.
Bailey was so excited, she went running into the dugout. Thought, man, I've made 2 nice plays. There should be 3 outs in the inning. But she says, the rest of you going to go have a seat. I'll take care of it like the king in court. You only need a few of us out here.
At the plate for Bay City Central, Jeff, number 2, Haley Suwadowski.
And Haley takes that first pitch for a strike. Haley digs in, and it's on the outside part of the plate. And again, you can usually tell when a catcher moves their glove at all after they catch the ball. That's telling me that the catcher's not certain that they have got that ball in the area in the frame that it needs to be. So that's a key for an umpire. When they move that ball, they're thinking that it's off the plate and they're trying to coerce a call, having that thing come back inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. And there is probably the 6th or 7th changeup we've seen, but the first one down in the dirt of all of them that she's thrown.
Yeah, Bree Opaleski has really thrown those up and high and wide, Jeff, but this one came in a little bit low into the inside, but that seems to be one of her favorite pitches right there, is that changeup. That was a close one, too.
But, you know, you're not dealing with a 5'8" batter out there, so that pitch was up and out of the zone. Nice job by our home plate umpire. And that one's down in the dirt. That's an easy call, too, for the official. Whenever you see the dust fly, you know when the glove's down that low, whether it's glove or ball, that's below the knees. Central with their first base runner of the game.
That might be a big one, Jeff. A little 2-out rally is what Coach Bob Kukla and the Lady Wolves are thinking about right now here, down 1-0 against the Lapeer High School.
Pitch just a little bit high. 1 ball and no strike on the Central batter.
Jeff, that's Brianna Hare up the bat right now for the Central Wolves.
And an uncontested steal of second base allows Hare with a base hit now to have a chance to get this game tied up. Brianna takes a good, healthy rip at a pitch, and sometimes when it's this chilly out on a 2-0, you got yourself one swing where you can just let it fly.
Another one of those seniors, Jeff, was honored today from Bay City Central.
A little pop again. Shortstop fought it all the way, but was able to reel it in. At the end of the second inning, it's Lapeer 1, Bay City Central nothing. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Where did this rash come from? Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs. Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you as the first pitch on the outside is high and outside, and it's still swung at. It's no balls and one strike. Another one on the outside is doing a great job of pitching on the outside. Bailey Allen has gone fishing for the first two.
3 in a row right on the outside, Jeff, and Sydney Spencer's done a nice job keeping it away from Allen, the first one up for the Lapeer Lightning team, and down she goes. Strike 3 for Sydney Spencer.
Well, and a great job by Sydney, realizing that the hitter was not catching up to it, swinging at the outside pitch, so why alter it? All 4 pitches were on the outside third of the plate, and a good strikeout, number 5 of the game for Sydney.
Nice job by Sydney placing the ball, and good job by the catcher, Jeff, keeping the glove out there so she has a place, has a target to throw the ball to.
Boy, I'll tell you, the position in this game that you got to have nerves to play is Sierra down at third base. I mean, you're almost reaching out and shaking hands with the batter, and if they have a full ability to pull, you've got about 1/100th of a second to react.
The young lady's got more chutzpah than I do, I can guarantee you that, Jeff.
There is another strikeout as Sydney Spencer unofficially picks up strikeout number 6 in this ball game. And after giving up that early run in the first inning, she has really gotten into a nice rhythm.
Yeah, done a nice job, Jeff. Up next for the Lapeer Lightning, Hannah Erla, center fielder, number 3. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Lapeer up 1-0.
Just on the outside, as Erla started off this game and got on base, was able to come around and score. And that one goes straight up, but guess what? On a normal day, your catcher has an opportunity to get that, but Jenna Morse said, I just watched the wind take that thing, and it sailed back, and we heard where it hit. Right up over our head. We'd have got one right on the old Connaughton if we didn't have a top on this box.
Wouldn't have hurt. So
might have hurt the ball.
Probably had to replace the ball. But no, a nice press box here, Jeff, here at Fran Danick Field at the Central Booster Club. Did a nice job building this for Central softball. One of the finer softball fields we've been to here at Fran Danick Field. And a nice complex over here at the McGregor Elementary School.
Well, they do the JV softball just over the right field fence. Is a great pitch that time by Sydney Spencer. And of course, the left field fence behind it is the varsity baseball field. I believe the JVs still play over at Kolb Field, though, which is another nice field. Used to, for many years, be the varsity field. So it's a great complex, but you know, that's a strike 3 again, and number 7 will hold the thought, and we'll come back for the bottom of the third inning in just a minute. Lapeer 1, Central nothing. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you as Bay City Central looks to get back on the board, as Sydney Spencer will be the first hitter in the bottom of the third inning for Central. Pitch just a little bit high and outside as both pitchers have tried to extend the strike zone to see if the hitters are willing.
Nice job, Jeff, by both pitchers, taking it inside, taking it out, taking it high, taking it low. And we're going to be 2 balls, 0 strikes. And our good friend next to us on that scoreboard, Ira Anderson, he's all over those pitches. Did you see that?
Boy, there's magic in those hands as he flips it. Spencer goes to first base, and Apolewski with the win this time around on the pitcher versus pitcher matchup. And now we have got up number 5 for Bay City Central. As that's Todd.
Yep.
Victoria Todd. We had her listed in the program as number 9, but we'll switch that and make it number 5. And another offering at that pitch. And oh, now look at this. She's a switch hitter.
She's ambidextrous, sir.
You gotta love that, indeed. No balls and 2 strikes, pitch on the outside. And you know, that does have an effect sometimes on a pitcher when you switch, and you're certainly welcome to switch at any point. So with 1 balls and 2 strikes, that pitch just absolutely froze Todd. And that is close to 10 changeups that she's thrown in this game, and Apolewski's got great command of that.
Oh, Bree Apolewski's got a very, very good changeup, Jeff, and that's the second strikeout for her on that changeup. 1 out here in the bottom of the third for the Lady Wolves. They're down 1-0 to Lapeer.
Let's see what they're able to do here. As with 1 out again, Coberly is going to be seeing this pitcher, Apolewski, for the second time, as it's 1 ball and 1 strike, as she had that ball well timed from the pitcher. Apolewski comes on the outside, just a little bit low and a little bit to the outside. Nice side that time by Schuyler. Two and one, and a pitch right down the middle. Coberly was acting like thought there might be a little tail on that ball, and that front foot kind of backed out a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Opportunity now, right on the outside third of the plate. Strike number 3. Just that quick. We've gone through 3 innings of play. It's Lapeer 1 and Central 0. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Our smiles can light up a room. Our work can light up an entire city. We're the men and women of the IBEW, working with a code of excellence that guarantees the job will be done right, on time, and safely. We're lighting the path to the future. Let us show you just how bright that path is.
Back here for the top of the 4th inning, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, and boy, is this thing flying by.
It is really going fast, Jeff. Top of the 4th inning. Very good softball game. Very well played. Pitchers are doing a really nice job placing those pitches. And Lapeer 1, Bay City Central 0, and we are in the top of the 4th inning. By the way, I want to thank a new sponsor, Jeff, if we got time.
Certainly.
Our friends from the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW, jumped on board this spring and helping us out, so we appreciate all their efforts over there at IBEW, a place that you and I are very familiar with.
Well, they are a long-time sponsor of back in the day Bay 3, but now Bay County TV, and we are elated to have IBEW on board. And that pitch missed by an inch. As a skosh on the outside.
That's one of our favorite words, missed by a skosh.
2-2, stays with the heat. unofficially strikeout number 8 for Sydney Spencer as she just continues to mow him down. Next up will be number 14, and that's Bree Opaleski, the pitcher. Let's see what this pitcher versus pitcher matchup. Opaleski gets one up the gap, and she's going to only get a single out of it because a great job defensively by Central's right fielder, Victoria Todd. She cuts that off and gets it back to the infield in a hurry. And that's important because with one out, the force and the double play still in effect.
Yeah, that was a nice swing by Opaleski right there, Jeff. She just kind of put the bat on it, hit it in the right center field. That was a big hit, kept it underneath the wind, and did a nice job. Made the big turn, but Victoria Todd said, don't even try this gun out here. I'll throw you out from right field.
She picked that thing up, and she was just daring her to go. But she was ready to rock from right field as that ball goes down, and boy, that thing had a crazy spin on it. As getting back to second base is Opaleski. There's 2 down right now with another opportunity to see if they can dent the scoreboard here. As up to bat right now will be Leah Redenauer with 2 outs and a runner on second base, Opaleski.
That ball just died right there, Jeff. It had like backspin on when you hit your wedge into the green when you're playing golf. Just kind of doop, hit it right towards the cup and make it die.
Well, and when that ball has the crazy spin on it and your third baseman's picking that up with their bare hand, there's no room for error there because there is a very small window of opportunity to get that out at first base.
Yeah, she did a nice job, picked it up, took her time, was patient, and got the runner out at first base. Your first priority is to get that out.
As we've got 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sydney Spencer with 2 down. Goes right back outside again, so a 2-2 count right now. As Rittenauer is trying to make Sydney Spencer work. She's brought the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And strike 3 again, as that is unofficially the 9th strikeout for Sydney Spencer. Going to the bottom of the 4th inning, still Lapeer 1 and Central nothing. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdal along with you. Second time through the lineup, we'll see what Central's able to do offensively against Opaleski.
Leading off for the Wolves here in the bottom of the 4th, Jeff, number 11. That is Jenna Morse. First pitch by Opaleski. A little bit tight, ball 1.
It amazes me, Mike, how close these players of today stand to the home plate, both in baseball and softball. I remember back in our days, you stayed in the middle of the box, so if they were coming with that inside heat, I'd rather try and reach the outside than end up getting sawed off on an innard.
Yeah, we were a little gun shy back then, Jeff. But you're right, both softball and baseball players are right up on top of that plate.
Right on the inside third. There was a pitcher named Bobby Scripjack in Pony League, and he had a rarefied curveball that if you gave up on it, you'd be walking back to the dugout, stood there like the house by the side of the road. I don't know why that memory sticks in my mind, but he could snap the Charlie.
You were part of that, were you, standing by the side of the road?
Oh, a time or 2 I was. There is a beautiful fly ball. That is going to be a gapper. That's up against the fence. That's going to be a double all day. Trying to make it come to third base. She's going to get in with a head-first slide. And on a normal day, that one's out of the yard.
No doubt about it, Jeff. Jenna did a nice job. Hit it right to the base of the fence, right underneath the sponsor sign out there. And she went in for a sliding head-first triple. What a big hit to start the bottom of the 4th for the Wolves.
We talked at the top of the inning, second time through, they've seen Opaleski now on a first at-bat, so you really alter the way that the defense is going to have to play now with nobody out. You've got to put this ball in play and not hit it right at somebody. as the ball is fouled off. And, you know, when you're going to try and bunt that ball, to try and put it between the pitcher and the first or third baseman, and you'll be able to walk home. But if the first or third baseman get it and you're coming on contact, there's going to be a play at the plate.
Yeah, at bat for Central is Madison Evans, number 14 for the Bay City Central Wolves. Second bunt went foul, 0-2 right now for Evans. Nobody out, man. Lady on third, and that is Jenna Morris with a leadoff triple here for the Bay City Central Wolves in the bottom of the fourth inning.
I was just going to say, do you roll the dice on 0-2 and try and bunt again? Obviously on that pitch not, but a nice long hard look down at Coach Bob Kukla at third base. We'll see what they do on the 1-2 pitch. And just missed it as Opalewski gets the first out. And Sierra Anderson coming up right now with one out and a runner on third. And what they have got to do right now is they have got to make certain that they don't strike out. The ball's got to be in play.
Yeah, got to get it out of the end zone, Jeff, or out of the infield, excuse me. Once you gave it a good effort, that was inside pitch. Almost hit the fans down the left field line. And good swing by Sierra Anderson.
Nice to see that Sierra had that well timed, and let's see if she gets another pitch that she can handle. Oh, no balls and one strike with one out. Anderson with a beautiful job, and they're going to go to first base as Anderson does a tremendous job of bringing Morse in from third. Opalewski never even thought of the play at home plate. She wanted to get the sure out.
Boy, fundamentally sound right there, Jeff. Bay City Central Lady Wolves, nice bunt. And Evans was coming, or Morris, excuse me, was coming on the bunt all the way. Nice job. Coach Kukla's got to be extremely happy how that all played out. That was pretty solid right there for the Wolves.
Very few things you don't like as an umpire, but when you got to use your foot to find the plate so you can end up brushing it off, there was a whole lot of dirt on that one, but Jim Wood's technique was superb. There's another high foul ball. On a normal day, might have had a chance, but that one's going to go right behind us. Hopefully missing Nick's car and mine right behind us. So we thought we were strategic with it. If we still have all our vendors intact, we'll be set.
I hope they don't hit those expensive cars because you guys got some nice rides back there.
You know, we try and keep up with the Joneses as that pitch just misses on the outside. One ball and one strike. With two outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Central with the equalizer, looking to see if they can get a two-out rally rolling. That ball right back to the pitcher. It misses the pitcher. Shortstop comes up firing and gets the out by about 3/4 of a step. At the end of 4 innings, we're all tied up at 1. Back in a moment on Bay County TV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294. Back here for the top of the 5th inning, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. Central finally gets that goose egg off the board with a very important tying run.
Nice job by Central Wolves, Jeff. Jenna Morris, huge triple, like you said. Any other day, that was a home run, but a big run and very good solid play by Sierra Anderson on that bunt, bringing Morris home, tie the ball game up 1-1 here in the top of the 5th.
There's a fly ball to left field, and look at the wind bringing it right back to the left fielder, Haley Suwadowski. And that ball on a normal day is going to be well over her head, but she didn't give up on it, knowing that the wind was going to be her best friend.
Well, Haley did a nice job, Jeff. She stuck with it, watched it all the way into the glove, and it's tough out there. It doesn't matter if you're in the outfield or in the infield. Anything that's up in the air is a good challenge.
Suwadowski did a tremendous job, and there's one down here. As I said before the ball game that I thought Sydney would have 10 strikeouts in this game, and unofficially with 9, she's well on her way. Is that ball on the outside third, 1 ball and 1 strike. She is really into a nice rhythm pitching right now.
Another one of those seniors, Jeff, for Bay City Central, is honored in the pregame, and if I'm not mistaken, I think she is going to Ferris State to play for the Bulldogs softball team. So good luck to Sydney, and heading over to Ferris State. That's a nice school over there, and you know, GLIAC, that's a tough conference. They do some nice things over there. Division II, good athletics in that conference.
As it pitches outside, count is full. The other beautiful thing about Ferris State is it's close enough you can go see the home games, and it's close enough you can bring your laundry home on the weekend too, which is something that they're not opposed to doing. It's unofficially strikeout number 10 as Sydney Spencer just continues to be in a great rhythm.
Really did a nice job right there, Jeff. A little bit of a change-up, and that's out number 2. And here in the top of the 5th for Lapeer is, we'll take a look at who the number is when we turns. That is number 7, and that is Bailey Allen, the first baseman for the Lightning.
Well, and Bailey was out in front of that one, which a lot of people have not been. For the most part, everything that's been hit has been center field to right field. So they're having trouble catching up with Sydney Spencer. So look at the spin on that, but great job defensively. Maggie Pitcher to Evans made that look easy. And that's the end of the top of the 5th inning. Bay City Central coming up in the bottom of the 5 to see if they can break this tie. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients, with the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Here we go, the bottom of the 5th inning. Bay City Central with an opportunity to take the lead in this ball game. We're going to start off Central's lineup. Who we got hitting? Haley Shulanowski with a nice defensive play in the last half inning. Now she's going to come up to plate and see if she can't make something happen on the offensive side.
1-1 in the bottom of the 5th, Jeff. Haley, you're right, made a nice catch out there in left field. And Opaleski starts off with a little inside pitch, and that one's going to be just, woo, boy. Didn't miss by much, did it?
Nope. That thing absolutely was less than 6 inches foul, and as a home plate umpire, you're looking, because if that hits any piece of chalk, that's all it needs is a piece of the chalk. But nice job by the fleet of foot home plate umpire Jim Wood. Got a good look at that. Toss the arms up in the air. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Just a little bit outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Uwadowski trying to get the bottom of the 5th inning started in grand fashion for Bay City Central. Nice job that time. Opalewski with a nice job of... That's a tough ball to catch too, Mike, because that's got some serious English on it.
Well, that was her changeup again too, Jeff. And Suwadowski did a nice job waiting on that, and she just got under a little bit and popped it out to the pitcher. Up next for the Bay City Central Lady Wolves is Brianna Hare.
Here with a nice bunt, but it went right back to the pitcher. 6 foot to the left or right, and that's probably going to be a base hit, but Hare is out number 2. And Bay City Central's down to the last out of the bottom of the 5th inning here to see if they can get something rolling.
Number 1, Sydney Spencer, senior Sydney Spencer, the pitcher for the Central Wolves. And unofficially, Jeff, today Sydney's got 10 strikeouts against the Lapeer Lightning team.
1 ball, no strikes, the count. 2 balls and no strikes, the count now. As Sydney is going to make Opaleski work for that. Legner was getting ready to flash the signs, but he didn't want to pull his hands out of his pocket because it was too cold. Spencer a little bit behind on that offering down the right field line. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
I didn't know Mr. Legner was a softball coach. I didn't know that. So he is their full-time first base coach.
As it's 3-1 right now, Spencer does a nice job of laying off that high heat.
Always like to razz Mr. Wagner a little bit when we see him, but one of the good guys.
That ball is in the gap between right field and center field, and a nice hit with 2 outs. Bay City Central with a little life on the bases.
Riley Gray was no way she was going to catch that, Jeff. That ball just died, but a big 2-out hit. We got a pinch runner coming in for Sydney Spencer. That is
13.
Number 13. And we will try to find who that is.
Diamond Maldonado.
Diamond Maldonado. That's why Ira Anderson next to us get paid the big money to keep score. Knows all the players.
When I grow up, I want to be just like him. Bay City Central again with an opportunity with 2 outs now to make something happen. Pulaski does a nice job. That one's down in the dirt and just out at second base with a nice throw from the catcher, Erla. That play is complete at the end of 5. It's Central 1, Lapeer 1, ready to go for the top of the 6th in just a moment here on Bay County TV. And I think for a little something different, we'll just stay in between this half inning. Then you won't have to produce and edit so much. But we talked earlier about Bay City Central and the Booster Club and what they do. They don't do half-hearted anything. All their facilities and everything are superb. Their support is off the charts.
You know, Jeff, we're very fortunate to have great booster clubs at all the Bay County schools. Bay City Central, one of the best. We have an opportunity to go talk to them before the season starts, and we ask them to support us. They jump right on board, and Jen Thunberg, the athletic director, Tim Marciniak, the principal, we could not do it without their support, and you can see by the facilities or what they did at the Central Gym over the wintertime, the painting, what a great booster club, great group of people. We just love coming to Bay City Central and seeing their smiling faces.
And leadership definitely starts from the top with Marciniak. And there is a little ground ball. Great communication that time. As Maggie Pitcher said to Sid Spencer, I got this. Flipped it over to Madison Evans. 1 pitch and 1 out here on the top of the 6th inning.
And if I'm not mistaken, Maggie's dad, I think is Sean, if I'm not mistaken. And he was a pretty good baseball player in his day. So the apple didn't fall too far from the tree right there, my friend.
He was a multi-sport athlete indeed, as that first pitch goes to the outside. And through that stretch, Bay City Central had quite a few successful years in multiple sports.
Yeah, Sean was one of the better players to come out of Bay City Central, and they've had some good players in all of their sports, Jeff. Bay City Central over the years, and they've been around a long time, have had excellent individual efforts and great team efforts.
1 ball and 1 strike. A foul ball just gets up over the top. Nope, my car's a little bit more towards left field behind home plate, so I didn't hear anything crash, so I think we're all set. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It just looks like Sydney Spencer continues to get stronger as the game goes on, and that ball did not miss by much on the outside.
Oh, Jim Wood, 2020 right now. That was close. That's a great pitch.
That's what you call a pitcher's pitch, and on 1 and 2, that's what you want to do. And tried to change speeds just a little bit, went up top with it, and that one just a little out of the zone as well. Count is full.
Nice job by Sydney, just placing it everywhere. And there you go, on the outside corner, strikeout number 11 for senior Sydney Spencer of the Bay City Central Wolves. Nice job. Boy, she's tough.
Boy, and it's something too. The rule of thumb is if you're going to get at a great pitcher, you have to get at them early before they get into a rhythm, and that's what Lapeer did, but they have been shut out since the first.
I think you've hit the nail right on the head, Jeff. She's getting stronger as the day goes on.
And a nice job that time by number 5 from Lapeer, as that is Rudock. She had to run that thing out because great job by Victoria Todd to get that ball back into the infield in case she was lollygagging on the way to first.
Well, that outside pitch, Jeff, she just kind of went with it, did the lightning hitter, and just stuck her bat on and got it out to right field.
Right back at us as it's no balls and 1 strike. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And Central needs to get this third out in the 6th inning to come to bat with an opportunity to see if they can take the lead. That ball is hitting foul territory again. Maybe on a normal day that ball has an opportunity to be caught, but the wind just blows that thing away. Plus, again, you've got that reverse spin on the ball, taking it away from the defenders.
And Opaleski, Jeff, they're looking at that outside pitch, so they know that Spencer likes that outside corner, so what they're trying to do is go with that, not trying to pull it, just trying to go to right field with it.
I'd say it's time to saw him off on the inside third with a little heat. As that ball is going to go to right field. And here comes the throw to third base. And that is a perfect throw, and out number 3.
Well, they're going to call her safe.
They got a little interference. As you know, it's real tough because that ball has to be there before the contact in order to make that happen. And home plate Jim Wood was superb position as he got down the baseline, knowing that there was a chance for a play there. And they've got runners on second and third right now. So Coach Bob goes out there and says, all you got to do is just throw 3 heaters and get us out of this inning. That'll be strikeout number 12, and that won't be a bad effort through 6.
Up now, Jeff, for the Lightning is number 12, the left fielder, Ellie Green. 2 down, 2 on, second and third for the Lightning. We got us a tie ball game, 1-1, and we got a new runner, Jeff, that's number 8, and we'll find out who that young lady is, and that is Leah Ridnour.
Now the thing is, it looks like in this inning the Lapeer hitters have done a nice job of realizing the ball's going to be on the outside third. So what does Sidney Spencer do with the next pitch? He comes back to the inside third.
They saw that outside pitch, Jeff, and they've been going with it, trying not to pull it. But Coach Kukla says go. They're on that a little bit, not too bad. So let's go inside. 1-1.
Well, and that was a great last pitch too, sawing off on the inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. But it's funny, we're actually professing to be nearly as smart as Coach Bob Kukla, is that we think that was exactly the train of thought, and that ball goes up, and it is going to be gobbled up by the catcher, Jenna Morse. And the Lapeer threat is over in the top of the 6th inning, as runners are left on second and third going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bay City Central with an opportunity to get the W in regulation right here on BCTV. So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Coquitlam, or give us a call at 989-684-9607. Back here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Will this be the last at-bats that Bay City Central needs to come away with the W? We'll find out in soon order.
Jeff, going to thank a couple more sponsors. How about our good friends from Covenant Healthcare? Been with us for a few years. AAA Transport, Village Towing, Michelle and the gang over at AAA Transport, or Village Towing. And our good friends, the official apparel provider, shirts, mugs, and more out there in beautiful Essexville.
Boy, that first pitch, nice opportunity to try and get that bunt down. It did not happen. But right back at it will be Bay City Central. And I believe that's Victoria Todd, as Vicky again has the second pitch bunt. So now she's going to have to, by all intents purposes, swing it away. That ball right on the outside third of the plate, and Bree Opaleski just painted the corner on that pitch.
That was Opaleski with a nice outside corner pitch right there. Jeff, 1 out for Bay City Central here in the bottom of the 6th.
Is that ball just a little bit up and in? As Opaleski's using a little bit more of that inside third here too in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a great hit to the shortstop, gobbles it up, a high throw, and up against the fence. That will allow a pretty free run into second base. Central's got something going here with Coberly on second base and one down in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, the shortstop for the Lightning, Jeff, Rhea Ruddock, just kind of threw it a little bit high, floated on her. And Coberly, being that senior and having senior leadership, she knew she could get to second base with one out. That's a big opportunity right now for the Wolves.
Well, the assist goes to Dr. Legner at first base because that's one of your jobs as a first base coach. The runner runs and the first base coach helps you decide if it's time to go and what's up with it. So nice job that time too. A little kudos to Coach Legner as that ball is going to go just out of play, and it will be no balls and 2 strikes on the Bay City Central's hitter, number 11.
That's Jenna Morris.
So Jenna puts herself into an 0-2 hole, but very qualified hitter. Let's see what she does here with one down here in the bottom of the sixth and a runner on second base.
A nice job behind the plate tonight too also, Jeff.
Great job staying off that high and outside pitch. Again, changing speeds is Opoleski trying to keep the Central hitters off balance.
Yeah, changeup looks as big as a basketball when it comes up there, Jeff. There's a nice poke by Morris. That's over the center field's head all the way to the fence.
Morse looks like she wants to go on her way to third base. She'll cruise into third base with a stand-up triple. What an awesome job that time. A great job of hitting. Got a high pitch, got the bat on top of it, and hit a rocket.
Well, Jenna did a nice job, Jeff. It was a high pitch, but she stayed with it, sent that one to right center field, hit the fence, run in for the Wolves. Lady on third base, one out.
Opportunity for Central to get one of those State Farm runs, some insurance.
Because they're in good hands.
Opoleski with the windup in that pitch as a foul ball. Trying to bunt her way on is number 14 for Bay City Central.
Madison Evans.
It's Madison Evans. Yes, look at that third baseman almost shaking hands with Madison. And that ball comes to first, and it's missed by the first baseman. They're going to try a play at second base. Nobody there because they were going to cover the backside of third base. How about Coach Bob Kuchel? Puts the play on, and Central gets one of those good hands people runs.
Wow, that was just a tremendous bunt, Jeff. Again, good, solid softball fundamentals by Bay City Central. And don't look now, they're up 3-1.
And that ball is in left field, going way back, and now coming way back in is Ellie Green, able to pull that ball in. But what happens when the third baseman gets that ball? They have to look to the runner on third back, and as soon as that throw came, it was just enough into the runner that the first baseman didn't get a perfect grip on it, and it slipped in and out of her glove. So Bay City Central, with a 2-run bottom of the sixth, have put themselves in a nice position here. It's a great catch that time by Hannah Erla behind the plate, kept that Central runner from advancing to third.
Up for the Wolves is number 4, Maggie Pitcher, the second baseman. And again, Opoleski loving that outside corner. And a nice big 2-run inning so far here for the Bay City Central Lady Wolves.
Boy, I'll tell you, frothing at the mouth right now will be Maggie Pitcher. 2-0 count. She knows she's going to see something good. And what a great pitcher's pitch. It is up at the top of the zone on the outside corner, painting the black. Great job by Opoleski.
How about Spencer and Opoleski pitching today, Jeff? Those girls have done a fantastic job pitching that softball. It's been impressive.
There's another base hit, and that looks like that could yield another run for Bay City Central as the bats come alive here in the bottom of the sixth inning with a 3-spot and counting.
Boy, nice job base running by Evans, Jeff. She was going all the way. Coach Bob Kuchel was doing the old whirlwind down there on third base, and a pitcher going to second base on the throw. Nice, again, solid fundamental softball by the Lady Wolves.
Boy, and there's a fly ball that looks like it could be trouble, and that is going to drop. And another stand-up double for Bay City Central. On that last play, though, again, Legner at first base, the base coach, has got to see that they're going to attempt to come in with that throw to the plate. He sends the runner to second base, and Lapeer has to have a little timeout now where they're going to regroup the girls. I think you give Opaleski a little chance to catch your breath, too, because Central has really gotten into the groove here in the bottom of the sixth and hitting some balls hard.
They've done some nice stuff, Jeff, hitting it long and base hits through between the third baseman and the shortstop. So the right down for Bay City Central, number 9, Brianna here. And this has all been going on with 2 outs here lately, Jeff.
Well, let's see what Bree Hare's all about. As that first pitch is high, as Bay City Central just continues
contagious
to make it happen. They all want to be in on the activity. That ball is sliced foul, goes off the batting cages over on the side. It's now with 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Bay City Central with a 4 spot here in the bottom of the 6th. And another high foul ball that's going to float out of play. Just that first baseman's looking at it like, boy, I got this, and the wind takes it, and it's just 15 foot over the fence.
Yeah, that thing ended up out on the street behind us, Jeff, and that wind, it's still blowing. It's steady, still at 25 miles an hour, gusting to 25, but it has not affected the Bay City Central Wolves hitting here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count, a beautiful changeup. And that will do it for the bottom of the 6th. Bay City Central's bats come alive. They come up with a big 4-pack in the bottom of the 6th. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning with Bay City Central on top 5-1. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Hi, I'm Zoe, and today I'm here to change your outlook on becoming a referee. Sometimes being a referee can be hard work, but I'm here to tell you that the positives far outweigh the negatives. Just think of the impact you could have on the younger generation, the laughs you could share, and the lives you could change. There's an unofficiated game that needs you.
Back here ready to roll with the top of the 7th inning. Jeff Doan and Mike Guizdala along with you. Nick Page, camera, produce, direct. He's doing the trifecta of duties today. As always, appreciate his efforts immensely.
Well, he's outside today, Jeff. He's been outside the last 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. So,
and they've all been coldies.
Yeah, they've been really cold. So he's dressed, but a big bottom of the 6th, 4 runs put on the board for Bay City Central.
Now it's going to be time for Sydney Spencer. There's going to be nothing fancy here. I just think she's going to throw a steady diet of fastballs and say, come and hit it.
It's going to be her time to shine right now, Jeff. She's been putting it all over the plate, inside, outside, bringing the heat, bringing the change up, the rise and everything else. This is her time, and I got a good feeling that she's going to handle it very well.
And again, these kids are really struggling right now. To try and catch up with this, and it's tough to be loose when it's this cold. You get a little stiff, and that's all the pitcher's advantage.
Wouldn't be a bad day if the wind wasn't blowing, Jeff. It'd be pretty comfortable out there, but the wind chill is, I mean, we're talking lower 40s, I would imagine, with that wind chill. So, but we're at 2-2, nobody out, top of the 7th for Lapeer.
Count is full right now as Sydney Spencer trying to entice the hitter to come up with a swing at a pitch that is just outside of the zone. Let's see if she comes right down Broadway with a 3-2, just a little bit inside, and that is the one thing she did not want to do, though. You don't want to give up free passes when you've got the lead.
Well, and that you're at 5-1. She didn't want to walk that first batter, Jeff, but she got a little bit of a cushion. It's still pretty tough out there. And remember, the last inning, Lapeer was really doing a nice job putting it into right field, but a nice job right there getting past Anderson on third base.
Well, as Anderson was playing in, if Anderson gets to play in her normal position defensively, might have had a shot. But, boy, that was by her quick. She really didn't have much time to react.
And she's guarding the line a little bit, too, so she's a little closer to the line instead of being over towards the pitcher a little bit, or shortstop.
2 on and nobody out as that pitch comes in high. You know what's in effect right now?
The infield fly rule?
Infield fly rule, because you always take your right hand and you go up over the top of your left chest to let your fellow official know. And nobody at second base could have had a double play on that, but a nice job by Madison Evans to get that bunt on first out.
How about number 9, Brianna Hare coming in from center field, Jeff? She saw nobody was covering, and the Lightning player was way off base, and she came in, but no throw, but again, good heads-up fundamental softball by the Wolves.
But that's one of those sneaky things. Is a nice job to keep things close, and that ball got back into the infield so fast that they could not score. But again, Sydney Spencer had that thing go whistle right by her. She had no time to adjust with the glove.
Yeah, that thing was hard hit, Jeff, and his time out on the field. We're going to have one of the assistant coaches going out to talk to Sydney Spencer. I would imagine this is the pitching coach for Bay City Central. Not sure who that young man is. We'll find out. Ira, do you know? Okay.
Kurt Miller. I tell you, he's up here. He's not just another pretty face in the box. He's got all the answers as well. But right now, it's just as much about calming your pitcher down, saying, you know what? They're tagging you a little bit, but you know, we only need 2 outs right now. Even if these 3 people that are on base score, we still have an opportunity to win this game. So just make sure there's no free passes.
It's just a calm down timeout, Jeff. Coach Miller went out there, just said, hey, we're okay, just relax, we'll be fine. Let's get this next batter.
Absolutely paints the corner with that first pitch. And I think that that's a great trip to the mound to calm down your pitcher, refocus your pitcher. They catch their breath, and she has come back with 2 beautifully thrown balls.
That was a couple nice pitches right there. One outside, one right down the middle and low, Jeff. 0-2, 1 out. Bay City Central up 5-1.
Just getting a piece of that ball as it was just about by the batter, and that is number 1. And, you know, right now for Lapeer, Paige Erla, their leadoff hitter, up to bat. So Lapeer's actually got the right people in the lineup up to bat to try and make some noise.
Top of the order for the Lapeer Lightning.
Still no balls and 2 strikes the count. Let's see what Sydney Spencer can come with something special. And, ooh, we just got a piece of that pitch. And Sydney Spencer was looking for strikeout number 13, and what a great time that would be against what I've seen today looks like the best hitter for Lapeer.
Yeah, that was a great pitch, Jeff, by Sydney Spencer, and I think she's going to go back outside again.
That's exactly where they look, and Erla goes swimming and fishing and gets the second out of that 7th inning. And Spencer knew the count was in her favor. She didn't have to throw a strike, and she got Erla to go and do a little bit of fishing outside of the strike zone.
Up next for Lapeer, Hannah Erla, the catcher. 2 outs, Bay City Central 5, the Lapeer Lightning squad 1 here in the top of the 7th. And another nice pitch to start off the pitching series against Hannah Erla, the catcher from Lapeer.
Snap of the catcher's glove on that last one might have been as tough a pitch as we have seen thrown. And again, wanting to stay outside, 2-0. She needs to take a deep breath because she certainly wants this pitch to be a strike. Can't go down 3-0.
Nice to have a senior on the mound in a position like this, Jeff. Bases loaded, 2 outs. You got a 5-1 lead. You know, she's been through this before. This is not her first rodeo. She's calm, cool, and collected out there. You can tell by the way she's throwing the ball.
Well, it's called trust your stuff. That ball is going foul and just out of the reach of the right fielder, Victoria Todd. Now, Victoria said there's one more thing other than the wind I'm battling, and that is the sun.
Sun now. That's bad enough you got the wind, but the sun is high and bright in the sky yet, Jeff. So spring sports here in Bay City, you got that high sun and that nice blue sky, and throw a little bit of 20-mile-an-hour wind in there just for fun.
You got yourself a whole lot of crazy conditions just on the outside. And Jenna Morse just had to move her glove a little bit to the outside to get that. That was the indication to Jim Wood that that ball just missed. Counts full right now with 2 outs. This is a big pitch in the ball game right now for Sydney Spencer. It's a senior on the mound. Nobody you'd rather have throwing it. And that pitch is going to be laced into right field. And they are going to have 2 runs score as they have brought this to a 5-3 game, as Erla does a nice job of keeping this game alive. And now coming up to bat will be number 5, Leah Rudock.
Leah's had a nice game tonight, Jeff. And those are 2 big runs, but still Central up 2 here in the top of the 7th. And that was a good pitch that Erla hit. That was pitched by Spencer. She put it right where she wanted it, and it was just good batting right there.
Well, the thing that was great, they got the ball back in. The run didn't matter. They wanted to make certain that they had a force at all 3 bases available, and that scenario continues as it's 1 ball and 1 strike right now, as Sydney Spencer's a little bit low on that second offering. But at 1 ball and 1 strikes with 2 outs, this could be the last pitch of the game. It's just on the inside corner. Great pitch because your hitter is leaning out over the plate. That ball goes right in on her hands. There's nothing she can do with that pitch.
If she would have sawed her off, if she would have tried swinging at that pitch, Jeff.
And just off of the first baseman's glove as Madison Evans was trying to get the extra stretch as that ball hit the rubber and forced the shortstop, Skylar Coberly, to have to pick that thing up and get rid of it quick. And just that quick with the bases loaded, a base hit now could tie this game.
Well, a nice job by the catcher, Jenna Morris, Jeff, going out there talking to Sydney Spencer. Just, we're okay. We still got the lead. We're up 2. Let's just hit the mitt and let's get out of here with the win and let's get to game number 2.
Up to bat right now, the pitcher, Apolesky. She takes one inside, and again, that's where I think that Central's got to stay. These batters are so used to that ball on the outside third, they're leaning over the plate.
You're right, they've been very successful going with that outside pitch.
And there's the throw to first base, and that's all there is.
There isn't any more.
Bay City Central, the first game of a doubleheader with a very impressive 5-3 victory. We'll be back in a moment to put the wraps on this in just a momente on Bay County TV.
All right, now you're just like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training,
There you go, Daddy.
or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
Good evening and welcome back to our post-game show on Bay County TV, the IBEW post-game show here on BCTV. And I'll tell you, Mike, we saw a game where we thought Central got it all they needed and more in the 6th inning, but they really had to scratch and claw with good defense to come away with a win in the 7th.
Yeah, that was a tough stretch right down there, Jeff. Lapeer put a couple up there on the scoreboard in the 7th inning, but Sydney Spencer did a really nice job. Senior leadership, calm, cool, collected, didn't worry about those things, just put the ball where she wanted and did a really nice job. Central comes away with a nice 5-3 win over Lapeer.
Lapeer with some bookend softball today, scoring 1 in the 1st inning and 2 in the 7th. But other than that, it was Sydney Spencer with unofficially 12 strikeouts in the game. She really dominated through the middle innings.
Yeah, they got that one in the beginning of the game, Jeff, in the 1st inning. It really didn't bother Sydney, but Central got it together, tied it up, and then they went on that nice run there in the bottom of the 6th inning where they put 4 up there. Hit the ball all over the field, but he did a really nice job. Hit it long into the wind, a couple of them to the fence. Jenna Morris was one of them to the fence. I think a couple other players did that. So Central with a nice big win puts them at 17-6 going into game number 2.
Coach Kukla, Coach Miller, and Coach Legner all had parts in the win today, so it was truly a team effort.
What I like about the Central team, Jeff, is they're fundamentally sound. They do a lot of good things. Coach Legner did a nice job at first base, making sure he got that extra base, getting his girls down to second base in the scoring position. Coach Kukla did a nice job calling timeouts, settling down Sydney Spencer, and pitching Coach Miller went out there and did a nice job at very critical points in the game, calming everybody down on the field. We're okay, and just saying we need to take a deep breath, relax, and let's get this win, and let's get on to game number 2.
Coach Legner, though, it's a good thing he's got a good, strong voice, because I didn't see him pull his hands out of his pocket the whole game. He says, "Baby, it's cold outside."
That's a song, if if I remember rightly. But we sometimes forget about that first base coach, and they're a vital cog to the base running down there. So he got the girls going in the right direction, and I know we razz him a little bit, but he's one of our favorites of all time is Coach Legner.
We only razz the ones we like,
can.
certainly. Great job again by Jim Wood and Larry Olette, a couple of Great Bay Metro officials. So nothing really controversial happened during the ball game. They hustled well, and Central comes away with a victory, making them 17-6 on the season.
Well, that's a really nice record, Jeff, and they're playing really well. And it was tough out there. Lapeer's a very good team. The conditions were tough with the wind and the cold, and everybody, had to play in these conditions. But I think this is a big win for Bay City Central against a good team, and that train keeps her rolling after that 1-3 start.
Well, it was a great victory for Bay City Central, partner. It's always a pleasure to be by your side.
Good to be back here. And we got a little cold on the golf course last Wednesday when you were at Dow Diamond, but it was a really, it's been an interesting spring, and we got another one coming up at Dow Diamond, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, we'll have John Glenn against either Tawas or Novell, depending on the game that we do, but another great job with the production and the direction and the camera, the trifecta of goodies by Nick Page. I'm Jeff Doan reminding you the final score of the ball game, 5-3 Central with the first half of the doubleheader. That concludes the IBEW post-game show. We'll look forward to talking with you soon. Great day, all.
See you from Dow Diamond.